Broadcasting live from the Albay Pio News Center, providing you the most exclusive news updates from all over the province. This is 12 o'clock Newsbreak. In the local scene, provincial government of Albay showcased its expertise and best practices in disaster risk reduction and mitigation at the 28th United Nations Climate Change Conference, or COP28, in Dubai. Facing representatives from around the globe during the panel discussion on regional cooperation for local resilience, Philippine-Australia Partnership Model for Disaster and Climate Resilience, Albay Governor Edsel Grex Lagman explained the distinctive and unique approaches Albay has adopted to attain climate resiliency. As panelist, Lagman emphasized Albay's impressive track record in disaster preparedness and mitigation, as highlighted by its zero casualty goal, its plans to revive and expand the Climate Change Academy, and a resilient housing program for residents affected by the Mayon volcano eruption. Beyond sharing Albay's experiences in grappling with climate change challenges, Lagman emphasized that the province is recognized not just for its resilience, but also for its adaptability and innovation. In related news, Albay stood in the spotlight at the 28th United Nations Climate Change Conference in Dubai, garnering praise for its exceptional disaster risk reduction and mitigation practices. Governor Edsel Grex Lagman's presentation showcased Albay's remarkable decade-long zero-casualty record, earning applause as a role model for global climate resilience. Sani Hegilios, senior advisor on DRR at UNDP, lauded Albay's systematic solutions led by local governance, especially during the eruption of Mount Mayon, emphasizing their zero-casualty success despite multifaceted hazards. In another story, the capacity development training for legislative staff in collaboration with the Lady Local Legislators League of the Philippines Albay chapter, held at the Proxy Hotel on December 6 to 7, 2023, was successfully conducted. Led by the Office of the Vice Governor, under the leadership of Vice Governor Glenda Bongao, the event was aimed to enhance the skills and knowledge of legislative staff in governance. Highlights of the gathering included discussions on the fundamentals of Sangguniang Bayan, Panlungsod, and Panlalawigan, and the basics of resolutions and ordinances led by Attorney Norly P. Reyes, Bicol University Vice President for Administration and Finance. The participants engaged in workshops, various personality development activities, and discussions on effectively managing clientele. Attendees included provincial, city, and municipal legislative staff. In the national scene, over 1.8 million trees were planted by schools under the Department of Education, or DepEd, under its Christmas gift-giving initiative. This was announced by Vice President and DepEd Secretary on Monday, December 11, during the flag raising at the central office in Pasig City. Duterte thanked DepEd employees for their all-out support in delivering Christmas gifts for the children this year, the DepEd 236,000 Trees project. Duterte added that the number continues to increase as certain areas are still processing in determining the total number of trees planted by schools in their locality. In another story, the Department of Health, or DOH, recorded 254 new COVID-19 infections on Monday, December 11, adding to the total national count of 4,127,586 cases. The DOH COVID-19 tracker, however, revealed no new deaths, maintaining the country's fatality rate at 1.6%. Recovery figures continue to rise, with 4,056,931 individuals having successfully recovered, marking a recovery rate of 98.3%, boosted by 818 additional recoveries from December 7 to 11. Meanwhile, active cases stand at 3,876. In another news, shoppers panicked after an unidentified man shouted that there was a bomb inside the mall following a loud explosion. According to the street vendors, they saw the mall shoppers running from 168 shopping mall in Binondo, Manila on Sunday afternoon. Police said they received a call from a concerned citizen at 11:55 a.m. on Sunday, informing them about the alleged bomb threat at the food court located on the third floor of the mall. After a thorough paneling, responding police declared the incident a false alarm, as the place was negative for any explosives or hazardous materials. And in the news outside the country, Hamas warned Sunday that no hostages would leave Gaza alive unless its demands for prisoner release are met, while the World Health Organization said the territory's health system was collapsing after more than 2 months of war. Hamas triggered the conflict with the deadliest ever attack on Israel on October 7, which killed some 1,200 people, according to Israeli figures, and dragged around 240 hostages back to Gaza. Israel has responded with a relentless military offensive that has reduced much of Gaza to rubble and killed at least 17,997 people, mostly women and children, according to the Hamas-run health ministry. In another story, the World Health Organization's executive board on Sunday adopted a resolution calling for immediate, unimpeded humanitarian access to Gaza after the WHO chief said medics were facing unimaginable conditions. The 34 countries on the board adopted the resolution by consensus, even though some, notably the United States, had reservations about the depth of references to the Hamas attacks of October 7. In addition to calling for immediate humanitarian relief, the resolution demanded the granting of exit permits for patients. And finally, in the news outside the country, international energy agencies said that the world is still off track to limit global warming to the crucial 1.5-degree threshold, despite pollution-slashing pledges made by dozens of countries at UN-backed climate talks in Dubai. The assessment is the first comprehensive report card on what the COP28 climate talks in Dubai have so far achieved. The results show that the commitments would slash greenhouse gas emissions by 4 gigatons, less than one-third of what is now required to cap global warming at 1.5 degrees Celsius above temperatures before industrialization. Science shows that life on Earth will struggle to adapt beyond that point. That's all for the 12 o'clock news break, December 12, 2023. We'll be right back tomorrow for more news updates. Thanks to our 12 o'clock news break writer, Joy Duque, and on the technical side, Chad Bobis. Our Provincial Information Officer, Attorney Marilu Duca Castillo, under the supervision of our Governor, Attorney Edsel Grex Lagman. Pinchitting for Mr. Greg Halyare, this has been your anchor for today. I am Maria Ella SILERIO. Thank you for subscribing.